Lawmakers pressure Bondi to release Epstein's client list. He's on Jesse Waters, okay? Jesse is sitting down asking her the question that a lot of people want to be asked, and he actually does a great job, and here's the way Pam Bondi responds. Go for it.
You said last week that you have the Epstein files on your desk. When can we see them, and what's taking so long to release them?
I do. Jesse, there are well over, this will make you sick, 200 victims. 200. So we have, well over 250 actually. So we have to make sure that their identity is protected and their personal information. But other than that, I think tomorrow, the personal information of victims. Other than that, I think tomorrow, Jesse, breaking news right now, you're going to see some Epstein information being released by my office.
Hopefully.
What kind? Are we going to see who was on the flights? Are we going to see any evidence from what he recorded? Because he had all of his homes wired with recording devices.
Yeah. What you're going to see, hopefully tomorrow, is a lot of flight logs, a lot of names, a lot of information. But it's pretty sick what that man did.
Okay. Well,
along with his co-defendant.
Absolutely. And he had help. That's for sure.
He sure did.
The co-defendant is Ghislaine Maxwell.
What's that? My humble opinion. Let me, because I want to hear myself a little bit louder because I can't. If you're just a body language reading person, guys, do you believe remember the vigor of how she was like, yeah, and we're gonna get everybody. It kind of seems a little bit downplayed right now. Like this list has been sitting there. By the way, I don't want to know the victims' names. I don't want to see any of the victims. I want the names of the people that flew to that pedophile island. And guess what? In correlation, Tom, with the tapes that you guys have, the FBI, the attorney general, guys, the guy had truckloads of camera equipment and freaking videotape for years of everybody that was there. Again, I don't want to see any crazy stuff. I don't want to see if there is allegedly Bill Clinton or whoever, Bill Gates, in a room with underage people. Can you give us one? Can one person, and I'm not talking about it selfish for me, what about the victims of those children, guys? Children, because sex trafficking, we just say it, I'm not saying us, I'm saying the world's like, you go to Miami Airport, you go to Fort Lauderdale Airport, there's an announcement that's like, remember, be aware of sex trafficking. Like, it's a real problem. And all those kids that were there, Tom, those kids that were not only assaulted, they were doing massages, and who knows, maybe just killed and buried somewhere where nobody's gonna know. What about them? They need justice. I want one of these freaking demons to be in trouble, because I think it's gonna be a release of like this. Oh, so-and-so was on the plane and they went there. Okay, and what? I want to know who did what and who was in trouble, because we deserve one person to go to jail. Ghislaine Maxwell is rotting in prison for 20 years. What about the girls that she was pimping out? Where are the customers? If Tom's a kingpin drug dealer and we arrest Tom, where are all the clients? Who'd you sell the drugs to? You know what I mean?
Tom,
where are those
who'd you
people,
sell it to, Tom?
So I think Tom, Pat, from what the attitude was, and Cash Patel said day one, I just retweeted it again today. Today's day 4. No names, no nothing. I was going to be released day 1. We deserve it. The victims deserve it. And everybody that was on there needs to be held accountable, because to me, it almost seems like they read it and they're like, oh, shoot, maybe some of our friends are on there. That's the problem that I think, Tom. That's me.
I think that's exactly what the problem is. I think the closer you get to actually doing something really big and really noble, the more nervous it gets. And you get big people have been sitting in the shadows and preparing themselves. I mean, this is like the situation with Diddy. Diddy has got a lot of people checkmated.
Yep.
And we heard the recording to his son where he was talking about the pizza boxes. People that I know reached out to me, hey, you know what those pizza boxes are? I said, yeah, I know. They're flat servers.
Yeah.
It's a flat server. And so he was, the recording I'm talking about?
Of course.
So Diddy was telling, and by the way, what's on those flat servers? The recordings.
Of every room.
Of every room at Diddy's place. And so, and by the way, who's on there? Everybody.
Yep.
So that's the problem. It ain't no party like a Diddy party. And basically, you got two people, in LBJ, and you've got, a certain gentleman who was walking around without a shirt in his underwear. And by the way, we know there's more than that. We know there's so much more
you
than
guys
that.
just
And there are
kinda,
some
like,
very
pass
high-end people.
On the
So
idea when you said there's no party like a Diddy party, and Adam said that's for sure. Did you just completely miss that? Like, Adam listen, I'm going to come to you next. Tom, please finish your thoughts and stop interrupting yourself.
No. I'm with it. And I think what happens is.
You're with it that there's no party like a Diddy party.
No.
Yeah.
I'm with Vinny.
I was with Tom.
I got it.
What happens right now, what we are seeing right now is the people that have the wealth and the connections are protecting each other. And right now, they are in picture this. There's 200 people in a circle, and they're all lifting their right hand up, pointing a gun at the next guy's head, and it goes around in a circle. They call it this. This is not a racial statement. They call it a Mexican standoff. Say we both die, you die, I die, we both
Two Mexican
die.
people that are working in the production room.
No, that's
Anyways,
it, and that's
Es tu problema con mi gente mexicanos, Tomás.
He could have made that point without targeting Mexico.
Next thing you know, you want to play Russian roulette, Tom, and now
and I'm going to upset those people in Doral.
We don't want to do that.
Make your point.
Next thing you don't do it, you're going to do a Jewish joke.
That was just a little.
Ain't no party like a Diddy party because the Diddy party don't stop until the FBI shows up.
It's not going to happen.
Yeah.
Until the FBI shows up.
Not
But
today.
I think Vinny brings up a good point. People want to know what the hell was going on with this guy Epstein. I think they did a poll of who do you want the FBI, Kash Patel, and now our friend Dan Bongino to basically release. I think it was 9/11, JFK, MLK, aliens, Roswell, Epstein, and by far away, it was Epstein. People want to know what's going on. You know who I want to know? You know who I want to know about the Epstein? I don't really want to know about a guy who went one time, whatever you went one time to. Who went 10 times? Who went 20 times? Who was the most VIP frequent guest at Epstein Island? Because as you know, someone might be like, hey, we want to do a deal. Let's get him on a plane. Okay, cool. You know, whoever it may be, you go one time and you go, yeah, I didn't really like the vibe there, and I never went again.
Yeah.
Who's got the lifetime membership that they're hanging out there
Exactly.
nonstop?
Yeah.
And like not to make a joke, even at a Diddy party, because he's been in Miami, just to use this analogy, look at this house right here. There's a big difference in being on the lawn versus being in the gazebo versus being in the house or going upstairs into Diddy's bedroom. And that's how these kind of things work.
What was it like for you?
So upstairs in Diddy's bedroom, I had a great time with Diddy. No.
Watch it because FBI is listening.
That's
like
true.
Tom
But
said.
a lot of
Insurance
people, whether it's Epstein, whether it's Diddy, have been to parties where you're on the lawn, you get on the flight, whatever. There's a big difference when you're in the VIP of the shadiest people in the world.
But
Big
we're
difference. So that's who I want to know.
And here's the reality, Pat. We know, okay, Epstein did not kill himself in the prison. You interviewed
You
the
don't
brother.
think so?
The brother was like, that's not my brother. There's ties with him with Mossad and you know, recording people and leveraging people and all that stuff.
There's people that think he's still alive.
Well, his brother thinks so. Well, I mean, dude, if you did all that you did for them, guess what? They could do the old switcheroo. And then the cameras didn't work. The prisoner, the guards fell asleep.
It's like, how dumb do you think people are?
Well, no, not even dumb. The fact that we all know, but what are you gonna do? Whatever the media tells us, and then we're promised all the other stuff. MLK, JFK. We're not stupid, guys. There's no way Oswald did the shooting by himself. No way. I'm nasty at shooting. Okay. I cannot do a bolt action, Pat, from back there up there. There's no way.
You could. Maybe.
On a clunky, on a clunky
On a-
Italian single shot rifle.
That's my boy right there.
From the depository.
So he's doing that, and if you guys watch the Zapruder film, which they did edit, he's choking for a second because one bullet hit him here. He's choking like this, and then Jacqueline starts to come and see if he's okay, and then the fact that they proved in court, in America, in that day and age, in court, a magic bullet. You know what they proved? That the bullet went through him, hit Connolly, and in midair, the bullet did a U-turn and then came back. The word magic means make-believe. It's fake.
Second
okay?
splitter.
And is it just me? I want the answer. Stop bullshitting us. If it happened, we know it happened. Tell us.
How do you just go from Epstein to Kennedy? What do we?
Because that's supposed to be released
that's
as
the whole
well.
Part of,
the whole
that's
part.
Nano Paulino a little bit, but there's something very weird about this story. I don't know. There's something very weird about the Epstein one that people get very uncomfortable with, and I don't know why.
And did you see? You guys remember? You played it here, where Elon's getting interviewed by Tucker, and dude, this was the most shocking thing. He goes, there's a lot of billionaires scared about that list. He goes, like who? Tucker goes, like Reid Hoffman, your old friend. Should he be worried? Yes. He did. By the way, that type of response means without a question, Elon knows exactly who Reid Hoffman is as a person. The way that he just answered, like, yes. There wasn't even a pause, guys.
Well,
he knows.
They have a lot of history together.
Of course, but he's been to the island. Right? He's flown on the thing, right? Allegedly, he's been there.
We don't know. That's the whole deal.
Well, listen, we want accountability. Guys, not for me, for the girls, for the young boys that all were assaulted, Pat, and none of them were ever going to be heard of ever again.
Yeah. So then the question becomes, one, it's either, because the left wants to say, well, it's because Trump was, friends with Epstein, and they'll show the pictures, right? Two, it's a lot of the people that funded the campaign, they were getting assets from what was going on that island. And they're like, look, man, if you want the support, don't release that. Because we got a lot of intel on a lot of world leaders around the world, and we lose that leverage that we have on them. So could it be the fact that there is a leverage on the people around the world, and that's the reason why they don't want to give it up? Because if they release it, they automatically lose that leverage permanently to be able to get what they want out of the other people? I don't know.
Maybe.
I think I'm trying to really think why they're hesitant about this. Kids were involved. What are you hesitant about, right? That's the part. I don't have the answers. We're just, a bunch of podcasters, business owners. We're doing what we're doing here right now to see what's going on.
Just really fast, what do you think she's going to release? What information you think are we going to get today?
I don't think it's going to be what you want to see. I think it's going to be maybe 2 or 3 stories, and there's going to be a lot of blacks, font, a black highlighter, that Tom called it, right?
The CIA's groovy black highlighter.
That's right. The CIA's a groovy black highlighter, which means a lot of the stuff that they don't want the world to see, they're not going to show. Yeah, well, that's what I believe.
They'll answer to God at some point, which that's the only...
We'll see. We have right now anywhere between 500 to 3,000 resumes that people post on a weekly basis that they want to work here. And after the last year of fully committing to identifying clearly how to describe the culture to new people that get hired, where we can, people can kind of watch it and see it for themselves and say, this is not a company for me to work at. We have 8 or 9 different companies to work at here at Valuetainment Line Holding. We created a 38-minute video that explains what it is to work here, who Valuetainment is for, who Valuetainment is not for, okay? For the right person, it could be the last job you'll ever have. For the wrong person, there's going to be conflicts on both sides, and we don't want that. We want to be able to find a place that we can work together for a very long time to come. Having said that, this is what we did. We created this, and a lot of our clients at BDC right now are asking for this. So it's the Valuetainment culture, okay, right here, beginning to the end, explaining everything about us, what it is to work here, how we do our meetings with our management team, how we hold each other accountable, what the culture is like. All of that is in this culture deck that we have. So there's 2 things. One, you can purchase this for $19 on the website right there that Rob is showing, this culture deck. Or anybody that places an order and you buy anything over $100, the first 100 are going to get one of these put in the box, sent to you. Again, this is for those of you that either want to find a way to work here. Maybe you're running a business and you want to find out on how to create your own culture deck when you're hiring people. This will give you ideas. Or you have somebody that you have a son, a daughter, a husband, a father, somebody that loves Valuetainment, loves what we do here, and they want to find a way to bring the value to the company, whether it's our consulting firm, Connect, any of that stuff, and you want to give this to them. Again, you can buy these for $20, or you can place an order over $100, and we will send this over to you. And for those of you that want to watch the 38-minute video about our culture, you can simply text the word culture to 310-340-1132. Again, text the word culture, C-U-L-T-U-R-E, culture, to 310-340-1132. We will send you a text back with the video for you to watch on the culture of working at Valuetainment. Again, go place the order on these booklets because we have limited supply for sale. The rest we're keeping for the people that we are hiring. Thank you. If you enjoyed this video, you want to watch more videos like this, click here. And if you want to watch the entire podcast, click here.